Hello, greetings. This is Gilles. I'm returning today to speak about those spiritual ideas, and we're coming to realize that discernment, to discern and observe, is far more integrated and intelligent than to judge and condemn. The more we are able to let go of this judgment, the separation, the lighter our life will become. But it's still important to discern and to make observation, even if sometimes it's. It's not politically correct to do so. It is still important, free to express whatever we feel needs to be expressed, but not without to avoid judgment and condemnation on the beings themselves, but just observing and discerning in relationship to their actions or their words. We need to sublime cupid desires and blind passion or greed and stupidity. Those things will eternally be there. We want to be greedy for light, greedy for lucidity, for knowledge, for wisdom, and then we want to be passionate for serenity, for lightness, so those things we become, instead of being passionate and greedy for heavy things of the earth, we turn our desires towards something higher. For what we seek is wisdom. In essence, wisdom is philosophy, is the love of wisdom, in love with wisdom. It was a word invented by Pythagoras, who was like the young guy that came. I'm a philosopher. But in essence, what we call philosophy is not philosophy, it's called philology. It's the study of the books and the study of the philosophy of the philosophers. Philology means the love of the letters, of the words. But in a sense, so wisdom comes when we integrate the wisdom that is carried through the understanding of the philosophers, or it can be found anywhere for Descartes, the philosopher Descartes, so that any wisdom can be found anywhere in any country, talking to anyone, just as much as you would find it in the philosophical book. But wisdom is not something exhaustible. We're always seeking new wisdom, new higher wisdom. For there is a paradox that we need to come in realization. Once again, I come back to Spinoza, which is the acceptance that all life is perfect as it is right now. It couldn't be any different than it is right now. And from there, we can direct the flow of our energy towards what is wanted. But so everything is perfect and everything is imperfect in the same time. We have to accept that all those both states in order to move the program towards what is wanted in surrender and in loving guidance from the heart. For the heart is really where the consciousness can meet love, and it is really a heart chakra that will reveal so much, for where it is, where that's what connects us to the universe of the creator, the first source universe. And so I'm always talking about the same thing here. We're talking about the research, the search for wisdom. Yet there is the aspect needs to come from within. We do not see. Sometimes it's like those things are taken seriously if they come in the media, or if they come from within. But in a sense, it's whatever resonates at any given moment that needs to be resonate as true. Art our emotional body can help us sense the depths of the truth that we are feeling. For the truth shall set us free. Once we discover the truth, we feel free. And there is great deal of change that will come in the human consciousness this year, and the human society. It's very important to stay centered. For many people will not get it. And those who are too much into the ego will fall. No matter how big they are, the bigger they are, the bigger their fall will be. It's going to be a complete shift in consciousness that is preparing itself. When we have a constant thought that is very sincere in wanting to reach the communication with the Christ, or the Buddha, or even Allah, or any being in the universe, or any archangel, or any. If the thought is sustained, it will create a link, and it will allow the communication, or any beings, any higher aspect. For we're waiting for this great cosmic event. We've been waiting for that since 2012. But in a sense, every day we have to create this mini cosmic event. We cannot wait till it comes in the media to accept the fact that we are ascending, we are divine beings, and we have access to the whole of heaven. It's just a matter of tuning in our frequency, to learn every day, to tune in our frequency, to get used to ever increasing octaves of light and consciousness. if we're gonna be needing to save the day, and there's certain points where there's gonna be event that humans are not gonna understand. So it's those who have tuned into the light, you're gonna be needing to calm down and to find. From your truth, you will be able to assist in bringing back the balance. And so light workers are very essential in the times that are coming. I know that's what Spirit is letting me know. We are so much more than the image or the idea we have of ourselves. Everything is about belief, everything we believe. And because there is our soul and our ego, and both of them needs to find this coexistence, this ability to coexist under the domination of the soul. And so for the soul is a spark of light, it is a great flame, it is the sun, it is a central sun eventually. It is a very powerful, universal force that encloses all memories and that conducts the life of everyone from behind the scene. It is the great Wizard of Oz, the soul. So soul belongs to God. It is a God. It's a divine extension of God, and then the soul decides to play a role in illusionary timelines. For this is a vision that will come into focus eventually, and we'll be free. We'll find freedom with that on that level of reconnecting to our soul source. For the past is the baby, the rebirth. It's happened. We came out of our shell. It's like the shell has been broken. We're sitting in the nest and we're ready to take our flight. Where we are now is health. We're becoming aware that we need more health to become into a pure natural state. The more to be in a pure, like our body needs to become like a clear crystal, that is beloved clear crystal that is transparent. For which we may, and even if we're not there yet, we can already envision and ask for that to move in that direction. And the future is the mother. It's reconnection to the divine feminine, to the mother earth, to the great Sophia. Well, I hope this will resonate with you. The soul is really what keeps us in the physical body. The day our incarnation is terminated, the soul cut out these little silver strings that connects us to this physical body and brings it all back to everything goes back to the realm of light where it came from. For it's a partnership between God, source, the soul, and the ego. So it's about accepting all those parts, the darker part of ourselves being the ego, the illusion, the temporary identity that we've built here. But it's very essential. It's not something that we want to repudiate or exile somewhere. We want to integrate this individualized consciousness, accepting ourselves with all our quarks and whatever. So which is very proeminent in intimate relationship. When we meet somebody that's very close to us on a frequency level, so this person's gonna push our buttons. It's like so it's very there's a great deal of love and romance that are coming around in the coming times. For everything is beliefs. Everything is about integrating these beliefs. Our beliefs, for there's certain beliefs that we adopted in childhood, most of our beliefs, but some of those beliefs are not. They need to be relinquished because they're the source of the negative emotions that we're having now. And so there are certain beliefs that we adopted for our whole life, and those that are temporary, and we have to let go of beliefs and clear up all the old emotions. Old emotions are like old clothes that we have in our closet that we don't want to wear anymore. So it's going to be a great deal of cleansing and organization that are coming around for me. I will speak briefly about the Middle Earth. We spoke about where there is a surface Earth where humans inhabit, and then there is the inner Earth where the Garten inhabits, the fifth galactic planes. But there is all this realm of the Middle Earth, and the Middle Earth, like in Lord of the Ring, or there's many science fiction talks about Middle Earth, is the fourth dimension, the real reality that are in the fourth dimension that goes from the darkest nightmares to the highest dreams, and in between there is all the confrontation and polarities that can be experienced. And this where we go in dreams, for instance. And so this Middle Earth will there's going to be a coming together of inner Earth, Middle Earth, and surface Earth. we have to learn from everything and from everyone. Life is always there every day. We need to learn something. There is no one that cannot teach us something, for everything is life was planned with great, it doesn't look like that, I know, but it's planned by the soul, and our life plan is being the great line, the direction of our destiny. This does not change. We're going to stay on that destiny. We have no choice on that level. But the daily plans of our life are being redesigned by our soul each and every day. When every time we return to the soul, we go to sleep, we return to our soul. There is a new formulation in relationship to what happened. So I'm going to sing a song to finish. I want to come and say hello, discuss those ideas. Here it is a painting. It's on paper. It's like this scene with these dinner parties, and this painter painting a painting, these people, and it says "Make love happen," and it's signed. There is a cat. I was looking at some of those papers. I might be making some limited edition stamps so when I do my exhibitions, I can have really nice envelopes with my own stamps on it. So they would be nice, because I found a very old stamp collection from the 20s, 1920s. I don't really know much about stamps. There's like foreign, non-French stamps, no English and no French stamps, but it's like around the world. So I'm gonna have somebody look at it. And this is a painting about it's a cosmological model with the center paradise. That is something that's quite beyond anything we can imagine. It's stable, it does not move. It's like a long ellipse disk with a upper surface, a peripheral surface, and lower surface. Personality resides on the upper surface, and there is 3 great zones: the deity presence, the most holy sphere of paradise, and the paradise mansions, the holy auras. And then everything, there's 21 satellites and 1 billion perfect world of the central universe that go clockwise around the paradise. This is it's an eternal universe that's our ultimate perfection, that where time does not exist there. That God created before the initiation of the super galaxies. Our Milky Way is at the center of the 7th super universe. It's going to go north for like trillions of years. It just passed the southern curves of paradise, and now it's still the northwest. Paradise on the northwest of our Milky Way. And what we see is this. When we look at our telescope, we see Andromeda, the first super universe, at the center of the first super universe, and Triangulum, and we see also the outer space galaxies that are on the formation for the next level of reality, with the 7 families of spirit beings. I've been working on a new version of that painting, not really, mostly the upper part, but those are very methodical. They take a very, very long time, but they're quite unique, and I'm sure the more I do of those, the better it will be for posterity. So what Spirit was telling me a long time ago. And I finished with a song. Some songs went through my mind, but I didn't have time to go get the words, so I took the first one on the pipe. It's a song about the philosophy I'm teaching here. It's called One. So it's like the law of one. It's really what we need to integrate. Well, it's a song of U2. It goes like this. Is it getting better, or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You say, one love, one life, when it's one need in the night. One love, we get to share it, or it leaves you, baby, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We are one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other one. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now it's all I've got. We are one, but we're not the same. We'll hurt each other, then we do it again. You say, love is a temple, love a higher low. Love is a temple, love the higher low. You ask me to enter, but then you make me crow. I can't be holding on to what you got when all you get is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, one. It's a bit it's a bit of a sad song, but it talks about the essential, understanding the oneness, that love is a temple, love the higher law. And the card of the day is the King of Michael, which has principles, rational, ambitious, respected. Leave place to wisdom and objectivity. Be honest, sincere. The situation that needs to be handled with honesty and also necessitate good communication. So it's about being ourselves, it's about being sincere, straightforward, to be organized, it's a business card, everything is moving towards that. And so to the next level, we're gonna be very busy in the coming time. So I wish you a wonderful day. I hope this message was interesting for you, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Namaste.